My name is Troy Goodnough, and I serve as the Sustainability Director at the University of Minnesota Morris in the city of Morris, which is in west central Minnesota. The town of Morris has 5,000 people. It's an amazing place. It's also home to the University of Minnesota Morris, which is one of the top liberal arts colleges in the country. We have been working really hard for the past 10 years, I should say, on transitioning our community to a renewable energy community. And so, for example, the campus electricity comes 70% from wind. So there are two 1.65 megawatt wind turbines that between those turbines and the renewable energy standard in the state are 1 million square feet, 2,000 people, half the town, 70% of that part of the town is powered by wind. One of the reasons why we're able to do this in Morris is we're really windy. And so one thing that's important in rural areas like Morris is trying to figure out ways that how do we capture and build local wealth around the resources that we have. And so we've created something called the Morris Model. And so if people go to morrismodel.org, they can learn all about it. But it has a couple main pieces. And so we're working on energy conservation, clean energy, community resilience, and cultural exchange and celebration. This process has allowed us to talk a little bit more and process some of the weather change that we're seeing in Morris. So as a personal story, my roof was totaled along with most of the people in my community when we had two back-to-back hailstorms. And so right after the last one, I walked out, and a 91-year-old lamb scientist, Harley Hankey, was across the road, and I said, "Harley, have you ever seen anything like this before?" And he shook his head and was basically like, "I don't know what is going on here." And so we've seen hail events. Now we're seeing anecdotally, what we see now is when the water comes, it just really comes in these larger rain events. I love my state, I love Minnesotan, I love being Minnesotan, and I love winter. But I'm not really sure that I'm going to get cross-country skis for my son because the winter just really isn't there. And so I don't really know what the point is if the snow and weather isn't going to really be the way it's been there since I was a kid. And so that's a real bummer that I already feel like the way that my son will experience Minnesota isn't going to be the same way that I experienced as a kid as well.